This video is for the field exercise being held on January 28, 2020 in Greenville, South Carolina, but can be used for training on the NAPSG Foundation SAR sandbox or agencies using the SAR survey template. After you've been introduced to the Survey123 app and get comfortable with the basic functionality, we'd like for you to test some new capabilities in your field exercise. The template form you are using will be used by first responders around the U.S. this year for disaster response. Here is a quick explanation of the triage approach being implemented based on feedback from the 2019 hurricane season and our interaction with the International Search and Rescue Advisory Group. This will allow us to do more than just collect points on a map. It will give us a flexible action system to make sure no needs in the field slip through the cracks. Any given observation in the field, in particular human interactions, need to be categorized. The majority will simply default to no follow-up needed. For example, you see a victim that needs rescue or evacuation. Your team simply completes it, documents it by filling out the survey, or calling in over the radio. No follow-up needed. In some cases, though, you may have come across a situation that you cannot complete in the field with the resources at hand. This means we'll need to document it and flag it for follow-up or assignment. Here's an example. We've come across a victim detected and cannot rescue them at the moment because they need a specialized team like a swiftwater team. We do the best we can to mark the location with a survey, add details, and then mark it as needing follow-up. Of course, we should call this in over the radio or whatever communication system we're using to confirm. The incident command post or field teams can then assign this task, and the follow-up team can then complete it. This PowerPoint slide outlines the overall process. Next, we'll see what this looks like in a dashboard. We can use a dashboard configured for tracking these assignments. This one here allows us to track individual waypoints in a Kanban board-like setup. I can see the count under each follow-up category and individual waypoints that need follow-up. The goal is to push each of these from left to right by assigning and completing tasks. The visual display is meant to reduce confusion during times of crisis and is a popular approach used in task management across many industries. Let's see what this looks like in the survey. First, a point is entered. We choose the correct location, indicate the waypoint type, and that it needs follow-up. We select follow-up from the drop-down and enter any additional details needed by the follow-up team. Next, someone at the incident command post or even in the field assigns the most appropriate resource. This can be done using the Survey123 app or any other app that can edit this layer. Here, I'll show you how to use the Survey123 inbox to find the waypoint. Note, we can search by the USNG or the person it's been assigned to, or the most recent one in our area should pop to the top. Then, eventually someone will rescue the victim. They may open the survey using the inbox and change the waypoint type to rescued and the follow-up category to complete. Or they can also call it in and someone at the incident command post can change the waypoint for them using Survey123 or any of the web applications that have access to the data. Please keep in mind, this is a flexible system. You don't have to create an assignment if you're working in a wide area, first come, first serve environment. It's only for those situations where we have limited resources and need to prioritize assignments. Also, we use the scenario here with human interactions, but it can also be used for a hazard that requires clearing, an animal issue, or other issues that come up that would require follow-up. For your field exercise, we would like for there to be 3 phases. The first phase will involve a quick recon of a designated area where you'll find laminated paper targets that include hazards and human interactions. These human interactions will include waypoints that require follow-up, such as victim detected. You'll enter the details you see on the card and continue on in your assignment. This will simulate a recon team that does not have the time or special equipment needed to achieve all rescues. You may also come across support targets such as helicopter landing zone, casualty collection point, and you'll enter those in just the same, but they won't require follow-up. Also during Phase 1, your instructor can send your incident command post a few calls for service. These can be plotted using the Survey123 app or the Survey123 Web Form. Here, I'll show you how to create an assignment with the Web Form. It works much like the Survey123 app, except it can be accessed from any browser. At the end of Phase 2, the incident command post will assign all waypoints that require follow-up to the second team. This is simulating a swiftwater or other specialized team going to targeted locations to help rescue or assist survivors. You can use the Survey123 inbox in the app or the links available via the dashboard. Simply navigate to your Needs Follow-up column and click on the link for the web form. This will open up an editable survey form where you can assign the waypoint to a team. During Phase 2, the follow-up team will go to the waypoints that have been assigned to them or any that require follow-up and are in the area. They will flip the card over and enter the details on their target, rescued, evacuated, etc. Then, flip the follow-up category in the survey to complete. Please remove all of these cards in your assignment area to close it out. At the end of Phase 2, the incident command post needs to make sure there are no pending items in the dashboard under Needs Follow-up or Assigned. During Phase 3, teams will be assigned to do a more detailed primary search of a new area that has been evacuated to do a rapid damage assessment. In this case, we will not put targets on the homes, and you should not have to enter any private property. Remember, when you use the survey, you can open the map, drag the pin, and make sure it lands on top of the buildings. This could even be done remotely, just for testing. You can toggle the base map here and change it to imagery or other base maps as needed. This allows us to simulate the damage assessment process. For this, location is critical if the information is to be used in the declaration or recovery process. For our exercise, you lose points for every waypoint that does not overlap with a building footprint, or at least get close. So please use the map. Remember, just like target practice, aim small, miss small. At the end of the exercise, please make sure all points are entered and categorized as complete or no follow-up needed. Also, make sure there are no targets left in the field. Each target lost is a round of drinks on the team lead. Your instructor may choose to introduce you to additional applications, such as QuickCapture for track logs and recon data collection, tracker, and others. These are very easy applications to use, and its purpose is to document where you've been and what mission you were on. It helps fill in the cracks for areas you may not have entered points, and can also help reveal gaps in search coverage. I'll now do a very brief QuickCapture demo. After you scan the QR code or sign in, find the QuickCapture project assigned to you. From here, you can start your mission. Simply type in your team name, then select the search type you're conducting. This will start a track log and store it onto your phone. Once you complete a mission, click on that same button to stop tracking. We're testing the use of QuickCapture for live tracking and even point data collection for the recon phase, but it's not quite fit for purpose, as it does not allow for the smartphone capability used during subsequent search types. Please give it a test and let us know how it goes. There are many additional enhancements your agency can make to this platform. Additional apps, offline maps, layers for flood models, predictive analysis. But this survey is the core template that allows us to collaborate and be interoperable between agencies, especially on large-scale disasters like earthquakes and hurricanes. Thank you again for your attention and for helping us to test this approach. While the follow-up question does add an additional question to the survey, it's entirely optional. However, based on lessons learned from across FEMA USAR, state SAR, and INSARAG deployments, we feel this workflow will help in large-scale disasters with the prioritization of resources. Essentially, if used correctly, this tool can help save lives and enhance outcomes for survivors. Thank you and enjoy the exercise.